Surrender is one of those things that I think is challenging for a lot of people, especially in the beginning of a spiritual awakening or a spiritual journey, because what surrender ultimately teaches us is that you never had control. You only had anxiety about the things that you wanted to control. I think of surrender the way that I think of the weather. I can't control the weather, right? I can plan a picnic for a specific day. I can find the most amazing spot. I can reserve the spot, buy the most amazing food, invite all my favorite people, and then on the day of the picnic, it decides to rain. So in that moment, surrender gives me a choice. I can be mad and I can be disappointed and upset that things aren't going according to the plan that I had. But like it or not, that's what's happening. That's the objective reality, is that the weather is not cooperating. So in that moment, am I going to double down on my anger and my frustration and get entitled and try to, control or fight the weather? Am I going to internalize it and make it into a story about how the weather is punishing me or God is punishing me for some made up reason? Or am I going to just say, okay, plan B? I don't know why the weather isn't cooperating, but that's the way it is. So I can choose to release all of that volatility and just surrender and accept things as they are, or not. I think surrender calls us to acknowledge that no matter how much information we have, no matter how clever, how prepared we are, how smart we are, there are always going to be aspects of life that are outside of our control. There are always going to be unexpected plot twists and last minute developments that may not support what you want or what you're trying to do. Surrender asks you to acknowledge that there are always details of the plan and the bigger picture that you do not have access to. There's always a reason that things happen the way that they do. And even though we may not know what that reason is, we can choose to accept it and move on. And in that way, I think surrender is power.